See, but a conversation changed the way I see delayed obedience. One sister called me. She said, Mama, please pray for me. She explained everything she was going through. But at that point in time, I was very busy. And I understand the situation she was in and I didn't want to pray casually for her. So I said, call me back at this time. I'll have time to pray with you. She called me back. Of course, I was not there, or I couldn't pick up. Then 2 weeks later, she called again. When she called the second week, I was in my room and I was just thinking to myself, my God, this sister. I thought was when I remember her situation. She just said, Mama, please pray. Again, it's the same thing. Please pray for me. I said, do you want me to pray for you now? She said, yes. And I said, yeah, let us pray. After we're done praying, I had a lot of victory in my heart. I knew that was settled. Then that was on Saturday, like around 5 p.m., right? Then it was now on Monday. She sent me a message and she was like, do you know that thing we prayed for? Somebody just mentioned me to somebody, and the person was like, I can help her now. I have something. And then she said that evening of that night was when she got her answer. And I was like, oh wow, that is good. I just said congratulations, that's nice and everything. But I wasn't comfortable because I felt really bad. Why? I feel like, so if I had prayed earlier, I didn't say that God gave her because of my prayer, but I understand that if God was pushing her to me, it was because there was a word in my mouth for her. And so when she was telling me, thank you, I was just looking at her like, hi, is it okay? So at that point, it came to my spirit that how many times have I delayed something that God wanted to do through me? How many times have I, by my disobedience or by delayed obedience, have I delayed the answer of some persons or some things that God wanted to say, okay, this is what you need to be achieved with you. I'm like, I'm going to do it later. See, sometimes someone's breakthrough, someone's answer is dependent on your fast response and your willingness to respond at the right time. Take that action ASAP now.